A rallying cry for Michael Brown echoing in the streets of L.A. Demonstrators flooding the streets once again to denounce the grand jury decision not to indict Officer Darren Wilson. Those demonstrations led to the arrest of more than 100 people. Police shutting down the protests because they say some of the demonstrators became a danger to public safety. We get the latest now from CBS 2's Cara Finstrom live at LAPD headquarters. Cara?
LAPD officials here say that about 150 arrests were made overnight when they say some protesters crossed the line and became disruptive. Let's show you some video that was shot when those latest arrests were made. This was at around 3 this morning at Broadway and Temple. You can see what police estimate to be more than 80 protesters being put into wrist ties and onto waiting sheriff buses. LAPD officials tell us many of those arrested were young adults and that any juveniles taken into custody will be cited for curfew violations and released to their parents. Earlier this morning, officials say 33 other arrests were made nearby at Flower and 9th Streets. Those arrests were also for disorderly conduct. Officials say they're now looking into the possibility some businesses' windows may have been broken. We spoke this morning with Lieutenant Annie Nyman, who tells us some weapons were found overnight.
What you can see here, you've got sort of a makeshift mace, if you will, where they have basically taken a piece of cord and looped it through a bunch of sockets to throw, at police or other individuals or the public. Got a switchblade here. It's all felonies right here. Mace, OC spray. If it contains OC, it could have something else in it.
Some other tense moments overnight. One protester tagged a downtown building, Mike Brown, and a scuffle followed between him and a security guard. Some demonstrators in a group marching from Leimert Park to LAPD headquarters ended up jumping on a patrol car. It's not clear whether any arrests were made there. And across the city, 2 people were taken into custody when protesters shut down the 101 freeway. That was in both directions, and it took place over about an hour. Officials ultimately boxed in the rest of the demonstrators and then let them leave. At this point, LAPD officials tell us there are no active protests underway in the city, but they say they remain on a modified tactical alert, which means they'll be closely monitoring the situation throughout the day. Reporting live here from LAPD headquarters, Cara Finstrom, CBS 2 News.